Here we are live at Volusia Speedway Park. We got Bobby Blackburn leading lap number 1 here of our first qualifying heat race. Preston Kramer is in second place in the 7 car. Brian Dickens currently running third in the 22. Jaden Larson in the 36 running fourth. Tabitha Snell rounds out your top 5 in the 32 car. Got a little bit of a side-by-side battle back there for in fourth between Brian Dickens and Jaden Larson there, the 36 and the 22 machine.
Yeah, watching and waiting here. Sorry to miss the very part of the heat race number 1 here, but you got Bobby Blackburn and that number 21 machine right now leading the way over Preston Kramer and the 07 machine, the 07X right now running in that second spot here. We're coming up on halfway home this time around. Big thank you to GForce TV for allowing us to be on there from Full Velocity Racing Network. Big thank you to all the sponsors, and also got to give a good shout out to Roger Craig and everybody involved here. To get us aboard here. We are having a little bit of a shaking up here, but Full Velocity Racing Network here live and showing some great racing already with Bobby Blackburn, your heat race leader.
Blackburn now getting a little bit of a challenge from the 07 of Preston Kramer. He's been all over his back bumper now, looking door to door, coming down into turn number 3, turn number 1 off of 2, down that long sweeping back stretch. Here at Volusia Speedway Park, takes the lead, diving down into turn number 3. Oh, contact made. We got one over on his roof. Preston Kramer flipping over turn 4. Looks like no yellow's going to come out on the speedway. Your leader's going to be Bobby Blackburn now, taking back over the lead after that bit of contact. Jaden Larson in the 36 machine taking over position number 2. Brian Dickens running third. Tabitha Snell up to 4th in the 32 machine. Chris Mullaney in the 33 running 5th.
Yeah, Melanie doing a fantastic job in that number 33. We're on the final lap, 1 lap to go. Here comes that 36X machine down to the inside. Larson now takes over the top spot from Blackburn down into turn number 3. And Blackburn jumps him over there at 3 and 4. Along goes Blackburn. Bobby going to take down the win after getting into Larson there. And that number 36 machine. But Tabitha Snell going to finish up in that second spot in cart number 32. Mullaney going to finish up in 3rd. Larson for 4. And Gadoza going to finish up in that 5th spot.
Wow, that was a bit of an exciting first heat race here tonight at Volusia Speedway Park.
Drama and implications already there, Bud.
Yeah. All right, heat race number 2 going to go away something like this. Curtis Stickle going to go away on the pole in the 92 machine. Mike Schutz, 16. Ron Linghorn in the 1 car going to go away 3rd. Matthew Frazier in the 97 machine going to go away 4th. Joe Chisholm in the 26 machine going to go away 5th. Chad Kent in the 12 machine going to go away 6th. 7th belongs to Austin H. Brown in the 6 machine. Jamie McAdams in the 34 going to go away 8th. Nathan Eldridge in the 38 machine going to go away 9th. Christopher Ledford scheduled to go away 10th. And Thorne Zimmerman scheduled to go away 11th. Looks like we've got called for 11. We've got 9 on the field here so far.
Ledford and Brown not answering the call so far. The 7th and 10th respectively. Not on the starting grid here, so they'll move some of the cars up into position here. Should move, I believe that's the number 38 machine up into the 7th spot. Aldridge. And then number 38, Nathan, going to move up there. But no, Brown going to come out there. So, again, Brown now answering the call. So now we got 10 cars out there, Bud. As Ledford, the only car not answering the call here of 11 cars. So 10 cars will take the green flag here in heat race number 2.
Looks like we're going to have a total of 3 heat races. 4 invert, according to what I'm seeing here anyways on the infotainment screen. Letting us know who's going where and what's going where. I'm not real sure. Yeah, looks like gonna have a little bit of an alphabet soup after that. D main with 4 going to the C main, and then a C main with 4 more going to the B main, and then yada yada on out through with the B main and A main. Then we got a 20 lap feature ahead of us.
They're going to definitely be interesting to see what's going to happen here. 20 lap feature going to be the way it lands at the Volusia Speedway Park. The number 92 of Stickle and Schultz going to be your front row. I'm not sure. Haven't heard a lot of these guys' names, so it kind of a little bit stuck out there. As I see Enderkin's hunt to front number 1 out there. But I know that by quite a bit. Seen that was a brand new late model that was indeed unveiled the last hunt to front race. So good to see some hunt to front fans out there.
Yes, absolutely. Got one blinking out a little bit on me there, the 26 car. Pace truck is in the pits. Green flag is out. Hammers are on their way to the floor. 92 and the 16 side by side.
Green flag flies, and we're racing down into turn number 1. The number 16 to the outside. That is Schultz to the race lead in car number 16. The 92 drop kick back to the second spot. And that is Stickle in that number 92 machine. And then you have Frazier right now in the 97 moving up to that third spot.
Frazier now running third. Joe Chisholm there running fifth. I've got, yeah, there it is. My screen was telling me wrong things again. Todd, happens to the best of us. Ron Linghorn running fourth in the one car. Chisholm there running fifth. Chad Kent sixth. Side-by-side battle now between Matthew Frazier and the 92 machine of Curtis Stickleford's position number 2. Coming down the back stretch down into turn number 3. See who comes out smelling like a rose down on the front stretch. It's all Mike Schultz out front in that 16 machine, showing the fastest way around the Speedway here tonight.
Yeah, Schultz doing a fantastic job in that number 16 machine. Definitely quite a ways, quite a distance out in front of that number 97 of Matthew Frazier. Going to right now be in that third spot in car number 1, and then fourth right now is Chisholm on board that number 26 machine. Right now currently running in that fourth spot.
12 car Chad Kent taking a look at the inside of the 92 of Curtis Stickle there for position number 5. Back up through the field here. The top 4, I do believe, is what inverts. So we've got Joe Chisholm there running in the 4th position in the 26 car, that bubble transfer spot. But your leader, Mike Schultz, up there looking at the backside of some lap traffic in the form of Austin Brown in the 6 car. Looking down to the inside now. Hopefully nothing bad happens here. Gives him a little bit of racing room. And there it is. Gets by him with a little bit of contact to the outside wall. No worse for the wear, but there goes the 6 diving back down to the inside of the 16 machine, trying to get his lap back. Meanwhile, the 1 car making a pass, the 1 car in the 97 machine working side by side for position number 2 and 3. 26 machine of Joe Chisholm up to position number 3. He's looking at the back bumper. Ron Linghorn now looking to the inside down there in turn number 1, slides up just a little bit down the back stretch. We are on lap number 8, the last lap. Mike Schultz takes the win, followed by Ron Linghorn, Joe Chisholm, Matt Frazier, and Curtis Stickle.
So that's going to be heat race number 2 in the books. Getting ready and locked and loaded here for heat race number 3. Getting ready to come to post there, bud. What a fantastic race we had the last 2 heat races. See what we're going to be able to pull off here this time here in heat race number 3.
All right, let's see if I get my timing screen back up here. All right, heat race number 3, going to go away something like this. Caleb Durkin scheduled to start on the pole. Landon Koch in the 24 machine. Going to go away second. G.J. Boydell going to go away third in the 014. The 46 of Joe Beck is going to go away fourth. John Puckett in the in the 690 car going to go away fifth. Alex Myers in the 18 going to go away sixth. The 55 of Randy Johnson going to go away seventh. The 777 of Benjamin Klein going to go away eighth. It's Scott Stouffer in the 83 machine scheduled to go away 9th. Dakota Todd in the 63 going to go away 10th. And 11th spot begins to Roger Craig in the 17 machine. So far, Dakota Todd and Roger Craig have not made the call.
And it looks like Roger Craig, the admin here in charge of this, over this service. So Roger Craig out there to do the black flags, that's why he's not going to be able to answer the call here. Definitely the flagger's point, the vantage point, you should say. But like you said, Durgan and Koch, your front row. 17 is a nice looking car, solid looking car there. That yellow and red number 17. Kind of like that look of that car. Yeah, definitely like it.
Must be my trade and paints isn't quite working right, because I don't see a 17 that's red.
Is that confusing you, bud?
Yeah, man, where is it? I'm not seeing it. quite a different mix of drivers I'm noticing here. Class licenses all the way from a D all the way up to an A here in this heat race. So guys from all across the spectrum here racing with us tonight. Caleb Durgan, Landon Koch, your front row. And everyone bunched up here. iRacing.com, Chevrolet Silverado in the pits. Green flag is out. Cloud pedal is down. Caleb Durgan out to the early advantage over GJ Boydell. Landon Koch right there on the outside. Kind of losing a little bit of gription there. The 690 of John Puckett getting a little sideways. GJ Boydell looking to the inside of Caleb Durgan now. Coming around turn number 4 down the front stretch. We got ourselves a new leader by the flag stand in the form of Boydell. Boydell for Durgan and Koch. Looking to the inside now is Joe Backus looking to the inside of John Puckett. Down in turns 1 and 2. There didn't quite make a stick coming off the back stretch. Taking a little bit wide there is going to be Caleb Durgan, allowing Landon Koch to sneak down on the bottom side of the speedway and take away position number 2. Going to do the same thing again for John Puckett. Joe Backus, he's kind of sliding back in the field just a little bit here. GJ Boydell out to the advantage here now. Got a little bit of a gap, just over half a second over Landon Koch, but Koch seems to be reeling him in just a little bit. John Puckett there running third with the 46 of Joe Backus, showing his nose down in there to the inside of the 690 of John Puckett, saying, hey man, that's third spot, I'd like that. Get me off the bubble here. 4 laps in, lap 5 going around the speedway right now. GJ Boydell leading us all the way around here. 5 of 8 gonna go in the books this time by
Yeah, but a little bit of information about this, these cars and what's been going on. This has been a recruiting division for this whole season. Next season, it will become a division here on GForce TV. So GForce Race Leagues. It's going to be a division this season. Currently, they're going to be their championship week as we got a live broadcast here for the late models, but we'll have the 305, the Rustler 305 fixed sprint car set league going to be coming up next year on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But just looking at championship week here for these guys, like I said, this has been one of those where they're going to invite the drivers into the league for the late models. So it's definitely been a triumph tribute here for these guys, and it's finally going to come to fruition too. They're going to actually have a league races. Checker flag going to fly for Boydell. Koch going to finish up in that second spot. Putnick in the number 690 going to finish up third. Backus and Durgan going to finish up in your top 5.
All right, we're going to roll right into the C main here at Volusia Speedway Park with the late models. C main going to go away something like this. Scheduled to start on the pole is Jamie McAdams. In the second spot, Benjamin Klein. Brian Dickens going to go away third. Austin H. Brown going to go away fourth. Scott Stouffer going to go away fifth. Brian Taft going to go away sixth. Seventh position belongs to Thorne Zimmerman. Dakota Todd going to go away eighth. Ninth position belongs to Todd Froelich. Christopher Ledford going to go away 10th. Roger Craig's got to go away 11th. And Stuart Ovens going to go away 12th.
A lot of Todds in the field, Dave.
Lots and lots. I've noticed that.
Todd Froelich and Dakota Todd. Lots of Todds. Love the name Todd. So we got Preston Kramer, Mike Schultz, and Ian Snook in the hunt for the late model championship right now. As getting fed some information, some sheets coming up here. Last minute deal for us here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Definitely going to have to work out the bugs, but loving being able to get some behind the scenes kind of look here from the guys over here at GForce and Roger Craig and everybody over here. Thank you so much for giving us that little bit of insight. But like I said, Preston, Mike, and Ian Snook in the hunt for the championship here in the late models. I'm going to do a quick interview too, but when we get to the warm-up session, we'll get an interview with, I believe we're going to get Preston over there in Discord.
All right, cool. Sounds like an awesome plan. A little something different that we don't normally do.
A little off the cuff. A little off the cuff, yep. You're right. But love doing different stuff. Only 4 cars out there.
Could be a good battle.
Definitely can be a good battle. Jamie McAdams, Benjamin Klein, Austin Brown, and Stouffer. Only 4 cars out there for the C main. I guess pick your poison. Who do you think's going to take down this race there, bud? I'll let you pick.
I don't pick the races when I'm announcing. I don't do it.
We always do here, so we can see what the black cloud is going to do. If you got a black cloud, it'll hang over you.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I don't know. I like the purple on that 34 car. How about that?
I'll go with the 83 because I like the way the numbers are. It looks like they can slice you up.
All right, green flag is out. Hammers are down. Diving down into turn number 1, Jamie McAdams out to the early advantage with the 6 car, going a little bit sideways there, up onto the inside wall. The 777 of Benjamin Klein in second place now. Oh, the 34, Jamie McAdams takes it hard into the front stretch wall, keeps on going, gets a shot to the rear end from the 6 car of Austin Brown. He keeps on continuing. The 777 of Benjamin Klein takes over the lead with Steve Stouffer there, running second now. Jamie McAdams, what a tough break there. Had a good lead going on and just kind of lost it there on the front stretch. Side-by-side battle for fourth now. The 6 car makes its way by. Austin Brown taking over third spot. 83, Scott Stouffer taking a little whirligig down the backstretch there. Got a little slideways, a little loosish. But the 777 of Benjamin Klein now leading us here around on lap number 3. Scott Stouffer there in second, chasing him down the backstretch. Austin Brown, Jamie McAdams, your 4-car field here. Kind of getting them stretched out, stretching their legs a little bit. Looks like the 83 of Scott Stouffer is getting a little bit of extra charge there. He's definitely catching up to him, at least according to the timing screen and my eyeballs that I see here. He's looking down to the inside now, down in turn number 1. Can't quite make nothing stick there. A little hard down low, but here we go. Coming down the back stretch to 777. Got a little wide and high. 83 takes over the lead now here on lap number 6. Gonna be lap number 6. There we go. Here on lap number 7, the leader Scott Stouffer over Benjamin Klein, Austin Brown, Jamie McAdams. 6 laps in, 3 to go. This time by will be 6 laps. Oh no! Leader into the front stretch wall, allowing the 777 of Benjamin Klein to take back over the lead from the 83 of Scott Stouffer. Austin Brown still running third, but we got Jamie McAdams. Hopefully not going to become lap traffic, but looks like might become lap traffic here if we got a couple more laps to catch up to him.
Yeah, Benjamin Klein right now running in that top spot there, Bud, with Stouffer running in the second spot. Again, this is probably why we don't make picks, as the 34 was your pick. Jamie McAdams now looks like had a lot of bad luck. Scott Stouffer's now had some not very good luck there. Hitting the outside retaining wall. We're giving up the race lead here down into turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Give it to Benjamin Klein picking up here the C main and the 777. Scott Stouffer for 2, Austin Brown for 3, and Jamie McAdams rounds out your 4-car field here in the C main.
Told you, Todd. I tried to tell you.
Well, I finished second. I finished second with that 83. Stouffer did well for me, except for hitting the wall when he was leading.
All right, B main, 12 laps. 12 cars go to the feature. Going to go away something like this. Starting on the pole, Landon Cardoza in the 3-car. To his outside, Matthew Frazier in the 97. Caleb Durgan going to go away third. Kyle Parker fourth. Chad Kent going to start 5th. Randy Johnson going to start 6th. Steve Feinberg scheduled to go away 7th. Nathan Aldrich, Alex Myers 8th and 9th. Preston Cranmer going to go away 10th. Benjamin Klein going to go away 11th. Scott Stouffer, Austin Brown, and Jamie McAdams going to round out your field. There's your the last 4 were your 4 from the C main. Made it into the tail end here of the B main. And 14 are all going to 12 are going to transfer. So if we get the other 2 cars here, Caleb Durgan and Randy Johnson, decide to come in, we're going to have a battle for who's going to go. But as long as everybody makes it through, everybody should make it to the A main from this B main.
everybody going to make it in, and we're looking there at Preston Kramer too, or yeah, Kramer in the 07 machine in a points battle here for the points championship. Like I said, championship week here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Yellow flag is out here because we haven't even started this B main, but like you said, everybody going to make it on here to the A main. Definitely going to be for starting positions here for that A feature. You definitely want to get up as far as you can, and Preston right now is mired back in 10th starting spot. A couple cars not answering the call, so he should be able to make it up through there, bud, but see what happens.
Anything can happen. It is racing after all. Looks like the lights are out on the iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. Nice easy pace down the back stretch. Side by side, nose to tail. Fighting for position. Starting spot in the A main feature. 20 laps going to be the distance for that feature event. 12 laps of distance here tonight for the B main. iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado in the pits. Green flag is out. Hammers are down. The 3-car. Landon Cardoza diving down into turn number 1 with Matthew Frazier running the high side Speedway, taking over position number 1, the 12-car. Chad Kent squeezing on by the 3-car there now. 10-car looking down to the inside. Steven Feinberg did a little whoop-de-doo there. Got a little hard down in the corner. Italy, that number 1 is going to be Matthew Frazier with Chad Kent right there on the bottom side of the Speedway, knocking on his side door saying, hey, man, I'm here. Let's drag race down this backstretch. Looks like so far coming down the backstretch, the 12 of Chad Kent takes over position number 1 from the 97 of Matthew Frazier. Matthew Frazier had a little bit of a bobble there, allowing the 97, or excuse me, the 07 of Preston Kramer to slide up there in position number 2. 3-car of Landon Cardoza now sliding on by the 97. 97 had a little bit of trouble with forward momentum here. Heading on back here, let's see what's going on. Matthew Frazier is dropped back to 4th, battling it out now with Steven Feinberg for position 4 and 5. Feinberg sliding back into position now. Well, he's still looking down to the bottom side of the Speedway, see if he can find a little extra gription going on there. What's happening back towards the front? Chad Kent still leading the pack around the Speedway. He's got a 7/10 of a lead over position number 2 of Preston Kramer.
Yeah, pretty good battling going on here in the B main. Like you said, Kent right now over Kramer. Cardoza now battling out with Frazier. Frazier down to the bottom side, slides right up in front of that number 3 machine of Cardoza. So put Cardoza back to the 4th spot. Fernberg in the number 10 machine running in the 5th spot, but not for long as he gets around Fernberg too. And car number 3 as he's dropped, Cardoza, excuse me, as Fernberg now moves in to the 4th spot. As Cardoza now comes under fire from Kyle Parker in that number 30 machine, dugging it down to the bottom side, catfishing it in that number 30 machine.
Back towards the front, Chad Kent still leading with a half a second lead over Preston Kramer. Matthew Frazier right there in the 97 machine. He's just a little bit farther back. 10-car Steven Feinberg running forward. Kyle Parker 5th. Battling it out now with, who we got there? That's the 3-car, Landon Cardoza. They had a little bit of battle going on there for positions 5 and 6. But it's all Chad Kent. That being said, Preston Kramer's closing in now here on lap number 8. Just clicking over to 9. Got that lead down to 0.4 of a second from a half a second. It was a little bit more than it was about 0.6 of a second when I first looked at it. So catching up to him. I don't know if there's going to be enough time to make it happen here with 3 laps left in the B main.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot of things going on here. Like I said, 3 laps to go there for Chad Kent. Preston Kramer definitely putting a dent in that number 12's lead in that number 07X machine. As Kramer now pulls up here about 3 car lengths, 4 car lengths back here. Popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 more trips around the Speedway. Volusia Speedway Park and the number 12 of Chad Kent continues to lead on, but I don't know for how long. That gap is closing and closing fast.
Gap is definitely closing and closing fast as they come around the Speedway off of turn number 4. Coming on down to the white flag. The 12 car, Chad Kent, going to lead him down into turn number 1. Preston Kramer going to be right there on his back bumper, trying to find a little bit of extra something to get by for this B main win. Down into 3, coming out of 4. Coming down the front stretch, your B main winner going to be Chad Kent, followed by Preston Kramer, Matthew Frazier, Steven Fernberg, Kyle Parker, Landon Cardoza, Jamie McAdams, Nathan Aldridge, Scott Stouffer, Benjamin Klein, Austin Brown. There they are.
a little bit of a warm-up session here. Hopefully make my way on over to Discord. Trying to figure out where that actually went on one of my screens. I had it up. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to pull it up. We'll see. That's nice. Nice.
I missed what you said, Ted. My son was talking to me.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm trying to make our way on over to Discord here and figure out what's going on. Warm-up session here, about 4 minutes long, so we'll see if we can get over there. We'll take a brief pause for the cause here and put us back on the splash screen, and we'll talk to you here in just a few seconds.
Okie dokie, beer back.
And we're back here on the Full Velocity Racing Network with Preston Kramer in the 07X machine. Definitely battling out, had to make his way all the way through the B main here this evening. But Preston, tell us about what's been going on this whole season to get you to this point right now, and what's the outlook for tonight's race here at Volusia Speedway Park?
Yeah, I tell you, Mike Schultz and I have been battling all season and find myself around him while we're on the track. So he's been a very gracious driver. He's given me plenty of space. I try to do the same for him. So come down to the wire here. I think drop weeks are going to have a big effect on the point standing. So it's probably going to be tooth and nail all the way to the end.
So any trade seeker, anything you're going to go, or just kind of mind your P's and Q's here tonight going for a point championship, or are you going to try to end this with an exclamation point and try to take down the win?
No, yeah, I'd like to win it. I'm going to go for it, but unfortunately I'm starting towards the back a little bit. I had a little run-in the heat there, so it's put me a little further back than I'm used to starting. So do the best I can, just try to get as many points as I can. I haven't been in this position too often, so I'm going to try to make hay.
If you haven't been in this position too often, Preston, I'll give you the microphone. You can thank your sponsors here momentarily on the Full Velocity Racing Network before I let you go.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Kreitz Oval Track Parts, Kreitz Racing, Don and Cassidy and all of them have been real good to us and real supportive. We also have a newer sponsor, Galen's Popcorn. They've been great as well. We if you go over to galenspopcorn.com, you can use code C2C, save 10%. So that helps everybody out, save a little money, and get a good little snack there for you. And then we've got some others. Malcolm Mills is coming on board. Epsilon Sprint Wraps our cars. So just big thanks to those guys. My team has been super helpful. We get a lot of practice in, and they help.
All right, thanks for taking the time out. Good luck to you tonight, Preston, and hopefully we'll see you here in the top two or top three on the podium finish here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Thanks, Todd. Appreciate it, man.
All right, that's Preston Kramer in the number 07X machine. Make our way to Mike Schultz real quick. I know he's brought aboard Whisper and Pine sponsorship. Also competing here for the championship. Mike, a quick few words. Preston kind of stole the limelight, but I'll give you a few words here of wisdom and what's going to go on tonight for the number 16 machine.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got to listen to Preston. He's absolutely right. It's been a lot of fun running with him. Just try to give him room, and we're both kind of learning, and just going to try to give everything we can here. I feel bad for him. He was running really good in that heat race. I hated to see him get flipped upside down there. Really wanted to run this one out with him, and I know I will because he'll get himself back up here.
All right, talk about Whisper and Pine real quick before we go, and hopefully we'll interview you a little bit more. We'll ask you a little bit more here at the end of this.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Whispering Pines Getaways. You can go check them out, whisperingpinegetaways.com. You can also check them out on their Facebook page. Kind of located in the heart of the Finger Lakes. You can also find them on Airbnb. So there's a place to stay. 3 bedrooms, sleep 6. We'd love to have people come down, stay in it. You can go check out a bunch of local tracks like Land of Legends Raceway, Outlaw. Really hop, skip, and a jump over to Watkins Glen International. And if you GForce TV, I know Kim will be excited to help you and give you a discount.
All right, Mike, I'll let you back at it, and good luck to you tonight. Good luck to you tonight, Mike. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mike Schultz now competing here, getting ready to locked and loaded here, get through this starting grid. Starting on the pole, driving the number 21 machine, that is Bobby Blackburn. His dancing part of the outside, driving the number 16. He's in that points championship hunt. That is Mike Schultz.
GJ Boydell going to go away in position number 3. Tabitha Snell going to start 4th in the 32 machine.
Inside row number 3, that's Ron Ligron aboard the number 1 machine, and then Landon Koch aboard the 24 in position number 6.
Position number 7 belongs to 33 machine of Christopher Mullaney. The 26 of Joe Chisholm going to go 8th.
Row number 5, the 690, John Putnick, and then you have Jaden Larson, the number 36 machine.
Row 6, Curtis Stickle going to go away in 11th, and Joe Backus in the 46 going to go away 12th.
Then we have Chad Cat, Preston Kramer, Matthew Fraser, Stephen Frenberg, Kyle Parker, Landon Cardoza, McAdams, Aldrich, Stouffer, Klein, Brown, Durgan, and we're going green flag racing off of turn number 4. Race fans, who's it going to be here tonight?
Green flag is out, and they are hard charging racing. They got them 3 wide down there diving into the turn number 1. My screen's running all over the place. Can't quite get it back up to leaders to tell you who is leading this machine track. But we got them piling up in turn number 4. Got a couple of them around. Looks like the 690 of John Puckett ended up with the wrong end of the deal there.
We have a turtle John Puckett in the 690 machine. Upside down and the wrong way. That's not where he wanted to be here. Not the TV coverage he wanted here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But the 690 Puckett upside down. Turtle calls a tow truck. So he's going to go down into pit road and get something done to that car, hopefully. And make his way back out on to the Speedway. Again, championship night here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for the late models. And definitely going to be a barn burner. Have 3 guys in a throne for the championship here tonight. And one guy has a long way to go. Another guy not such a long way to go as he's up towards the front. Preston Kramer right now in the 07 machine up towards the front of the field too. And we'll see what's going to happen here as everything shakes out. Yellow flag laps will not count here this evening. Schultz right now, your points leader in the lead. It's going to be right now. They're calling Bobby Blackburn in the race lead. We'll see what's going to happen here. I think I lost Bud there for just a second.
I'm here. I'm just trying to watch this scoring screen to see where everybody is.
Oh, you're confused, is what you're saying.
Well, no, I think my screen is. It keeps jumping all over the place. I don't know who's the leader.
Yeah, it should be. It's actually, I misspoke. It's Blackburn, Schultz, Snell, and Boydell, your top 4.
There we go. It's finally simmered out. Everybody's cooled off. In line. Let's see if it happens. Blackburn, Schultz leading them down. Green flag coming out onto the speedway. Hammers are down. Side by side, they go down into turn number 1. Schultz and Blackberg. Schultz coming out, smelling like a rose on that one. Could lead in the pack down there off turn number 2, down the back stretch with the Bobby Blackberg there in second. Tap of the Snell third. DJ Boydell swapping back and forth for third and fourth. Between Ron Linghorn. Linghorn now sliding back up to third. Yellow coming out on the speedway.
And yellow flag coming out on the speedway. Hard Motorsports yellow flag coming back out. And there's some exchanging going on back there. Not sure what that was about. Between the 777 machine of Klein and Austin Brown. I think Brown just came down the track, drove into that 777 machine. Don't know if that was something that was kind of after the yellow flag came out. Not sure if that was a little bit of payback from Brown to that 777 machine. But that was not the yellow flag. Not sure what brought out the yellow flag this time. As like I said, scoring and timing is really messed up on my end now, bud, as it's just cycling through so quickly. But tough break for a couple of drivers involved. But again, Mike Schultz now, your race leader in that number 16 machine.
Good. I'm glad it's not just me who's having some timing and scoring issues with everything jumping around on you.
Jump, jump, jump around. It just reminds me of the song when I was roller skating at good old city roller skating rink.
Man, I miss that place.
Yeah, you know, I would go back skating if that place was still around. I think I would go skate a couple times just for old sake.
Yeah, I wanted to bring my son there, but we take him up to Interstate 88 usually once or twice a year.
Yeah, that wasn't as famous as the old Sydney roller rink, though. The second oldest roller skating rink in the United States it was before it burned down.
Yeah, I know. That's what I definitely not as good and nostalgic. It was when you walked into that place, you knew it was old. You knew it had a feel to it. You could just feel all the people that have been in there having a good time. Yeah, you can smell the good time. You know.
Love roller skating, but we got racing going on in front of us here at the Volusia Speedway Park, and this is one of my favorite tracks in the iRacing simulation. I've won the most events here, which is one. I've never won any other event here, so I've won one at this dirt track, so that becomes my favorite track there, bud. So I definitely like the layout of Volusia. I definitely like watching racing here, especially on some of the different outlets there, especially when they're down there, down south. The Mighty Modifieds are down south. They put on a fantastic show here as we're getting ready to go green flag racing off of turn number 4.
Green flag is out, hammers are down. Mike Schultz out there to the early advantage with the one car, Ryan Linghorn, right there down on his back bumper with the 24 of Landed Coke trying to tag along. Now he's looking to the inside of the one car, Landed Coke is trying to get around Linghorn down on the bottom side of the speedway. Makes it happen. Yeah, maybe not. We'll see what happens down here, down the front stretch. Schultz going to lead the lap. Linghorn going to take 2. Coke not quite going to take it away. Going to settle in for 3rd. But we got Joe Chisholm up to 4th now. GJ Boydell seems to be losing a little bit of ground. Jaden Larson now up to 5th in the 36 machine. Yellow flag out on speed. We got the 777. I don't know what happened there, but he was slow underneath the front stretch wall. Or excuse me, the driver. Yeah, the flagger stand when I saw him.
Yeah, the 777 involved in a wreck over there, and it wasn't anything of his own doing. The 6 runs into the 38, the 38 into the 3. Chain reaction to 777, the wrong place, wrong time around. Unfortunately, a hard hit to the front of that car, Benjamin Klein, around the knot, and then the 6 for good measure. Again, it gives another jab to the 777. There's got to be something going on between the 777 and the 6th machine.
A little bit of animosity, I think, maybe.
Yeah, they seem a little angry. You might as well get a Snickers.
Here, have a Snickers. You're not yourself, Knight.
Yeah.
You act like Betty White.
Hopefully we don't get flagged for that little commercial there.
Oh, no.
You know how YouTube is. You know how Facebook is. You know.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, they sometimes frown upon that for some odd reason. Even in all fun.
Well, it's free advertising for the company, and I don't understand why anybody has a trouble with it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I tend to agree, and I got flagged because I could hear WWE in the background one night out of a broadcast, and it was real faint. You could hear it, but WWE flagged me on YouTube for using their content. I was like, you gotta
Wow.
be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Looks like the lights are out on the iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado Pace Truck as they go down the backstretch here at Volusia Speedway Park in Barberville, Florida. Mike Schultz, Ron Linghorn, side by side, your front row. Landon Koch, Landon Koch and Joe Chisholm, your second row. Pace trucks in the pits. Green flag is out, hammers are down. Mike Schultz in the early advantage, diving down into turn number 1 with Ron Linghorn right there in his toe on his back bumper. Side by side for 3 and 4 is Landon Koch and Joe Chisholm. Koch going to take the advantage here coming off a 4. Side by side battle now for the lead. Diving down into turn number 1. Let's see who comes off of turn number 2. I believe it's going to be the 16 of Schultz with a yellow flag coming back out on the speedway here on lap number 7.
The yellow flag, it looks like the number 12 involved in this one. That would be Chad Kent. And that number 12 machine involved. A couple other gaggle of cars over there as the 12 and the 30 make contact. The 32 into the outside retaining wall. That is Tabitha Snell. Snell, man, it looks like the whole rear end broke out of that machine. It's catwalking, dog tracking, whatever you want to call, down through there. And then all of a sudden, upside down it goes. And Tabitha Snell, another turtle here. That's going to be 4 points on the Full Velocity Racing Network so far.
Oh my, we're up to 4?
4 points. The record, I think, is 21, held by Dirt Series. 21 with midgets.
Ooh. Oh yeah, they'll do it. They like to flip.
Oh, they do, and they definitely like to lean right on there. They don't actually turn up on upside down as much as they do lean, just completely lean on its side. You know, we play what we call the Full Velocity Racing Network horseshoes, but it's not really horseshoes. It's our own version. 2 points, 1 point, and 3 points. The ringer we haven't seen many ringers. It'd be on
what do you consider a ringer?
On top of the wall, and then sitting there, or on top of a uke tire.
Like a turtle on a post.
Yes. So again, championship week here on the Full Velocity Racing Network for GForce Racing League, the late model series here. Again, your points contenders, Mike Schultz and Preston Kramer. Just to let you guys know where Mike Schultz is running. Obviously, the leader is Mike Schultz, and then number 16, the Whispering Pines guy. The Whispering Pines sponsor number 16, I should say. And then in 7th spot right now is Preston Kramer. And the number 07X machine, he is currently, like I said, 7th on the field. So those are your 2 points getters as of right now. That's where they sit. Lights are extinguished atop of the iRacing.com Chevy Silverado Pace Truck.
Mike Schultz, Ron Linghorn, your front row, leading him down into turn number 4. As the Chevrolet Silverado Pace Truck dives into the pits. Green flag is back out. We're on the loud pedal here at Volusia Speedway Park. Diving down into turn number 1 goes Mike Schultz in that 16 machine with the 1 car. Ron Linghorn just about tippy-tapping him in the back bumper. Side by side for 3rd and 4th is Landon Koch and Jaden Larson. Koch going to take the advantage here coming off of 4 now. Going to sneak on by the 1 car Ron Linghorn for position number 2. Now going to take on the 16 for the lead. Let's see what happens coming down the backstretch. The 1 car Ron Linghorn coming on out the outside, taking position number 2, but they are side by side in 3 and 4 coming down onto the front stretch now. Let's see who comes by at the stripe. It's going to be the 1 car Ron Linghorn with position number 2, still leading them now. Mike Schultz with a challenge from Linghorn on the inside as yellow comes back out on the speedway.
The yellow flag coming back out on the speedway here on lap number 9 here of 20 of the A main. Correction, the 07K now. Thought it was an X on the side of the car. 36 giving a little shot to Koch here. Oh, we have another turtle. The number 97 machine goes upside down. 97 being driven by, drum roll, that's Matthew Frazier in the number 97 machine. We have 2 turtles over there. Woo! 2 in a consecutive manner over here. The 97 goes upside down, and the number 3 machine as we watch the instant replay here, brought to you by J-Max Journeys, J-Max Strong, the number 3 upside down.
Well, we got more turtles here tonight at Volusia than they got in the pond over there at Daytona.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of turtles here. 2 turtles, 2 more. That'll put 8 points on the board.
Shoebird, we're heading up towards that record because we are just about halfway. We are halfway through this here 20-lap feature. Caution come out on lap 10. Caution laps do not count. Should be a single file restart. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
It looks like lights still on the top of the pace truck. Looks like it's going to be a double file restart. Lights are extinguished to top that.
Here we go. Doubling them up. Double. Bumper to bumper. Door to door. Nerf bar to nerf bar. Wheel to wheel. Ready to go racing here at Volusia Speedway Park on lap 10. Halfway through this 20-lap feature event. Championship points on the line for your leader. And the 7th place car. iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado into the pits. Yellow flag turns to green, and the loud pedals are back out. The 16 of Mike Schultz out to the early advantage. Down into turn number 1, the 24 of Landon Koch. Looking to the inside of Ron Linghorn in that one machine for position number 2. The 36 is right next door to the 46. Looking for position number 4. Might take it. Well, we got one spinning around. Looks like the 07 car took it around in turn number 4. Yellow flag going to come back out on the speedway here on lap 11.
Yeah, the 07 car, Preston Kramer aboard that machine, going around in front of a couple other gaggles of cars there. It looks like he may have had a little bit of help from that number 26 machine. 26 of Chisholm going to throw him around into a knot. And they just pile him up, stack him up. The 777 gets into the 07K just a tad bit more, as to make a little bit of more salt in the wounds there for the 07 machine. Now he's going to have a little bit further to go, and we're halfway home, 10 in, 10 to go. In Preston's championship hopes, kind of getting dashed here so far. Let's see if we can make it back up through.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't something you want to see for somebody that's in contention for the championship tonight. Picked and choose his way up through there to have something happen like that, and boom. Boy, that's racing.
So again, just a reset at the Whispering Pines. Number 16 machine, your race leader. Second is should be the number 1, the Hunt to Front number 1 of Lingron in that number, Ron Lingron in that number 1 machine. Then you have the 24 of Landon Koch, Jaden Larson in that number 36 machine. In that 5th spot, Chisholm running in 6th in that number 26, but I believe he might get a penalty. I'm not 100% positive on that one. Nathan Aldrich in that number 38 machine in that 7th spot. And you have 8th position right now, and time in the scoring going all upside down now. So we'll leave the rest up to the scorers, I guess, as everything goes messed up here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Yep, there it goes. I think we got her back, though. I think it's when they try to reset the field on their end when they're doing the race, maybe. Lights are out on the Chevy Silverado. Single file restart going to be happening here by the looks of things. Green flag is out. Loud pedals are down. Single file restart indeed as they hammer down into turn number 1. The 24 car diving way down on the bottom of the studio. Look at the inside of the 1 car. Ron Linghorn not quite making a stick that time by. Linghorn's got his sights set on the Mike Schultz 16 machine. Diving down deep on the bottom of the speedway. Position number 1 not quite going to be his. Mike Schultz going to lead that time, but diving down again is Ron Linghorn, that 1 car. He's not going to give up without a fight on the bottom of that speedway. Must be he found a little bit of something happening down there. Let's see what happens here in turns number 3 and 4. See if he can quite make it happen coming off the corner, side by side. Nope, going to lead it again. It's going to be Mike Schultz. 24 car, Landon Koch's looking at the back bumper. These two guys battling it out. He's like, all right, guys, do your thing so I can do mine. Somebody screw up, somebody make a mistake so I can just zip on by and take over the lead. They're battling side by side. Linghorn might just get it. Oh, I think that time by the flag stand, Linghorn had the lead. Definitely has got it going down into turn number 1. They're battling again side by side down the back stretch. 16 on the outside, 1 on the inside. They're battling 1 and 2. Here comes the 3rd car again. Landon Koch sticking his nose in the mix. Throw a blanket over him, folks. They're getting snuggly here at Volusia with 4 laps to go.
Yeah, 4 laps remaining. The number 1 lingering down to the inside, side by side, almost 3 wide. Here comes the number 24 firing down to the inside, Landon Koch. As yellow flag going to fly, though, as things were just getting hot and heavy up front. Another yellow flag, Hard Motorsports yellow flag coming out on the Speedway.
Boy, we were getting, there's one. Oh, no, he flipped it back over. I thought he was up in the air. Looks like his rear end might be busticated there.
Yeah, it doesn't look too hot for Bobby Blackburn. Looks like he has a little bit of a disagreement of real estate with the 07K machine of Kramer, and the 21 goes upside down in the rear end, just so messed up. He goes up, and it looks like he tries to drive it back in there. It's just tough for that 21. It's messed up.
Hell, Twisted Steel does funny things sometimes, especially when you put power to it.
Yeah, Twisted Metal. I remember that game. Twisted Steel, Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal, that was a good game.
Clown trick. Love it.
Wow, what a battle, though, that was shaping up with the top 3 cars. They got their stride about them. They were really starting to duke it out. I thought they were going to go 3 wide there when I took my little break and let you talk for a minute.
Yeah, they were going to go 3 wide, I do believe, coming down into turn number 3. I think that 24 was going to wholesale it down in there. Landon Koch was coming as those guys were really fighting it out, duking it out amongst the top 3. And, man, I think 3 wide was coming. The Lions are really coming in here for 3 wide racing now.
Absolutely, but time is ticking away. We've got, what do we got here? We're on lap 16 now, so 4 laps to go till this thing runs into the checkered flag. So if Landon Koch and Ron Linghorn want to see if they've got something for the 16 of Mike Schultz, now's the time. Lights going out on the Chevrolet Silverado iRacing.com pace truck as they come down the backstretch here of Volusia Speedway Park. Single file restart. Lap 16. Nose to tail. Let's see what kind of battle transforms with everybody packed back together. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants some points. Green flag is back out. We're back racing. Headed down the front stretch. Shots leading them. Schultz, excuse me. The 1 car, Ron Linghorn, looking down to the inside now, shuffling back out, coming down the back stretch. Everybody's trying to find their groove, find their spot, find the gription on the speedway. Diving down into turn number 3, the 16, the 1, the 24. Now we got one way down on the bottom of the speedway. That's going to be the 26 of Joel Chisholm. 1 car now diving down into turn number 1, trying to take the number 1 position away from the 16 of Mike Schultz. Mike Schultz says, no thanks, that's mine. Drives by him again on the outside of the speedway. Diving back down onto the bottom of the speedway goes the 1 car of Ron Linghorn, seeing if he can make something happen. Boy, this looks very familiar. Kind of the same lane he was taking last time. He got by the lead. The 24 of Landon Koch now all over the back bumper of the 1 car, Ron Linghorn. Mike Schultz still out to the lead, lap 19. This time around will be the white flag, this time by for your leader, Mike Schultz. The 24 car, Landon Koch, all over the back bumper. Oh, we got the 1 car diving way down deep to the inside, trying to make something happen down the back stretch. They go. The top 3 cars have broken away again. Here we go, throwing it deep into turn number 4. Coming down the front stretch, your win going to go to Mike Schultz, followed by Ron Linghorn, Landon Koch, Joe Chisholm, Curtis Stickle, G.J. Boydell, Kyle Parker, Preston Kramer, Joe Backus, Jamie McAdams. There's your top 10.
Yeah, good racing going on here for the late model division. Going to find out where the points are going to be at here. We're going to be held. Going to get a interview with our drivers down in Victory Lane. So we head on down to Victory Lane, and we'll be right back at you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And
All right.
welcome back to Full Velocity Racing Network. You're supposed to be down in Victory Lane. Get your butt down there. Bud Lizer going to head down to Victory Lane to interview our winner here tonight and points champion, the Malcolm Mills Victory Lane. We're going to send it down to Bud Lizer, who's caught up with the driver, the number 16.
All right, here we are down here in Victory Lane with Mr. Schultz, the winner tonight and the points champion, putting the exclamation point on the season over the 07 car there with some bad luck back in the field there. But, boy, what a race. What a season.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Really bummed out that Preston had a bad night. You know, he's always fun to run with. I really got to thank Ron for racing me clean there. That kid's good. Sometimes you get nervous when you have a guy underneath you and stuff. He's going to run you up and stuff. But no, just all around a good night. For whatever reason, I seem to do well at Volusia. I just, like last night, I didn't get what I needed. But this today feels really good.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch what happened last night, but we were chatting while we were off the air for a second there. Sounds like I had a little bit of bad luck there last night.
I went from 8th to 4th. I just needed 3rd, but lost by 4 points. But again, all good guys in this GForce Racing League. I know this is a recruitment deal. Honestly, go log in, see these guys. Roger does a great job. Roger and Preston, and get on board and let's do some fun.
Sounds good. So everybody you got to thank here tonight?
I got to, go on board and say go check out whisperingpinesgetaway.com and their Facebook page. Got to thank them for what they do. And everybody at GForce Racing.
All right. Your season champion and tonight's race winner, Schultz.
Schultz taking down the victory and the championship here this evening as Bud Lizer wrapping it up down there in Malcolm Mills Victory Lane. I don't get a chance to talk to it. I know we got to head on over to the 305 sprint cars here in just a few moments. But Roger, thanks for having us aboard here so far here tonight. A little bit of bugs that we had to work out on our end, and definitely going to get in a better relationship with you guys, hopefully. But tell us about the upcoming event. What's going on here in the 305 sprint cars that we're going to be seeing here live on Full Velocity Racing Network and GForce TV?
Well, it was a little bit of a rough start there, but that was that division was running like a recruiting / league rate division this year. Next year it'll be just strictly league, so we won't have the guys dropping in causing a little bit of chaos. So racing should be a lot better. The 305s, the fixed 305s have been a lot of fun. Kind of levels the playing field for some of us who aren't quite as talented as some as the other guys, and it makes for some great. It makes for some great racing, and looking forward to taking part tonight, and hopefully we got a good car count, and we'll have a real good time.
It definitely should be a good time, as I used to run the 305s when I ran my league. 305s fixed setup used to make me a little bit more competitive. I know Bud can probably speak to that too, but and Roger even for that matter. I know we all ran the 305s at one point with one another. At least I ran them with you, Roger, and I've ran them with Bud a couple different times. But I had to hang up the steering wheel to do some announcing because I definitely don't have the time like I used to.
No, I can remember. Going through my teething actually, in your league when I first got into iRacing, and it was great to run with you back then, and glad to really have you on board now. So looking forward to your calls all through next season, and glad to have you guys aboard, and better get in the next session before it gets it's running down in time here. So
yeah, better fly.
Yeah, I'll see you over the next session, buddy.
All right, Roger, Craig, and Bud. Got to make it out over to the other session, so we'll hightail it out of here and get to the 305s.
Sounds like a plan.
We'll be right back at you here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Velocity TV begins now.
What you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GeForce TV. And down to the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that, but don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell, and anytime there's new content uploaded to GeForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like, make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GeForce channel.
Well, welcome back to Full Velocity Racing Network. This time we have in the store for you the GeForce Rustlers Fix 305 Sprint Car Series, live from the Volusia Speedway Park, and definitely have some cars here, some ringers in here, some different guys, some names I've sound familiar with, and a champion from the late models also in here. Mike Schultz right now currently 5th in the fast time. John Hain in the number 71 right now atop the board. He's definitely your quick time here in the 305, so a 15.084. Then you have Jordan Hack aboard the 57 machine with a 15.133. Connor Ross in 3rd right now in that number 35 with a 15.133. Also, Andy Patton in that number 87, a 15.148. And Mike Schultz 5th right now with a 15.183. So sprint car is going to be the way of the land. About 2 minutes left here of the qualifying session. Big thank you here as we got up on the screen for Malcolm Mills. And I got to thank Whispering Pines too. Whispering Pines definitely a great sponsor too. GeForce TV for having us aboard. Said have a little bit more info on these guys next week. But a big thank you to those guys. A big thank you to Roger Craig for having us out over here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And like I said, GForce TV. Can't wait to see what's going to happen here. Don't forget to head on over to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Like and share our page out there. You can even become a supporter here of the Full Velocity Racing Network for $4.99 a month. Become a supporter, get all the unique things that we're going to have, and maybe even dabble into the real racing scenario here in upstate New York eventually here. I would love to get into that portion of things here, especially down in the southern tier where I'm from. I know Bud Leiser's talked about it too. It may come here sooner or later. Maybe do some live pay-per-views down this way. I don't know how anybody would feel about that, but we may address that sometime here in the Full Velocity Racing Network, and we may have to use that supporter tab. Definitely appreciate everyone tuning in, whether you're on Facebook Live here for Full Velocity Racing Network, you're on YouTube or Twitch, or on GForce's YouTube, GForce TV's YouTube. Big thank you to GForce TV for having us available there and letting us broadcast to their audience. Thank you so much as we get ready and locked and loaded here for the GForce Rustlers 305 Sprint Car League. Down in the bottom, you see the countdown to the green flag, sponsored by iRacing iFlag. Got 33 seconds left. I think Bud Leiser walked off here just for a little bit. Like, share our link out there on the for the Full Velocity Racing Network. 11 seconds as the countdown continues here. A little bit earlier than what I'm used to. Is the counter going to hit 00 here as iRacing iFlag the countdown to 0. Here as we get ready for heat racing action here in just a moment. 305 sprint car racing action. Like I said, in the booth here tonight, I'm Todd Stanton, pushing all the controls, making some magic happen. And Bud Leiser should be joining me momentarily as we get ready for the 3D Racing starting grid here, starting on the pole. Driving that number 369, that'll be Jack Hitt and Mike Schultz aboard the number 16, just fresh off a championship in the late models. Now looking to try to take maybe a heat race win down here in car number 16. Inside row number 2, it'll be Connor Ross aboard the number 35, John Hayen aboard the number 71. Going to roll off in position number 4. Fifth starter sees GJ Boydell aboard the 014, and Roger Craig aboard the 747. A lot of memories with him racing over at Dirt Slinging Outlaws. Roger Craig running in the 6th spot, going to start 6th. 7th will be Stuart Ovens aboard the number 85 machine, rolling off position number 7. We called the 4-7 cars. All 7 cars out there on the Speedway. Like I said, Jack Hitt and Mike Schultz here front row. Connor Ross, John Hayen, Boydell, Craig, and Ovens. Your 7 cars here is waiting here, pacing here. Heat race number 1. Just remember to share our link out there on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We also, like I said, head on over to the YouTube page too. You can actually subscribe to that one too, and definitely let us know that you're watching here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Tonight, just a little bit different for me, trying to get in pace with the league. Got a little bit nervous. Normally not nervous here, but nervous tonight, to say the least, to make sure that everything is trying to go in the right direction here this evening. It looks like it is now. We get ready to go racing here with heat race number 1, Hitt and Schultz going to be your front row. The iRacing.com Chevy Silverado pace truck going to pull down to the infield. The iRacing iFlag green flag is out. The loud pedal is down. We're 305 sprint car race of the GForce Rustlers 305s down into turn number 1. That number 16 machine right now, your race leader, Mike Schultz. The second place, number 369, down to the inside. That is Jack Hitt. Hitt trying to get down to the bottom side. Catfish it here at the Volusia Speedway. Park the 35 right there, knocking on the door. That is Connor Ross. Here comes the number 35, or number 71 of John Hayen up to the top shelf of the Speedway. Trying to take over that 3rd spot through 3 and 4 side-by-side battle for that third spot is Mike Schultz trying to check out on the field here. At the number 369 and Jack Hitt right now running in that second spot. Third is that number 35 machine now. Connor Ross trying to hold on John Hayne. And that number 71 machine to the top shelf, still trying to work his way around. That number 35 machine as they dive down into turn number 1. The 16 of Mike Schultz continuing to pace the field by about 2 car lengths over Jack Hitt in that number 369 machine, who is currently running in that second spot. John Hayne and the number 71 machine running in third now as he works his way around Connor Ross and that number 35 machine. Roger Craig up to fifth there in the 747 machine. Good to see Roger back out here wheeling as fast as he can here, running in that fifth spot. So good run for him so far, better than what I would do here. As that 16 continues to run down the back straightaway here, going to see the popsicle sticks up in the air this time around off of turn number 4 for Mike Schultz. Jack Hitt still running in that second spot. John Hayden still running in a third. And car number 71 and Connor Ross in that fourth spot.
Jack Hitt, your leader out there in that. Well, I'm showing a 369
Mike
16
Schultz.
machine. Mike Schultz, my bad. I see my scoring's not right. I didn't have it quite right.
Mike Schultz gets the white flag here over the field here. Heat race number 1 down the back straightaway for the final time. He turns it off down into turn number 3 and off a turn number 4. The winner here of heat race number 1 going to be Mike Schultz. Jack Hitt for going to be finishing up in that second spot. John Hayden finishing up third. Connor Ross, Roger Craig, Stuart Ovens, and GJ Boydell aboard the 014. Going to round out your 7 cars here. Heat race number 1 in the books.
All right, heat race number 2, going to go away something like this. Starting on your pole, Andrew Smith in the 79 machine. Steven Feinberg in the 29, going to go away in position number 2. Andy Patton in the 87, going to go away third. The 57 of Jordan Hack, going to go away fourth. Gary Taylor in the 34, going to go away fifth. Steven Bixler in the 861, scheduled to go away sixth. And Troy P. Stewart in the 984, going to go away seventh. We called for 7. We got 6 of them so far out there. Oh, Todd. Uh-oh, I see a Mopar. Mopar, no car. Yeah.
A Mopar on the front row, starting on the pole at number 79 of Andrew Smith. Fernberg in that number 29 to the outside. I don't know what's going to happen there. Like you said, the Mopar Power number 79 machine on the front row. And then finally we have Bixler joining the field there in the 861. So all 7 cars out there. So we're going to have a pretty tight-knit race here for heat race number 2.
Anybody knows me knows that I'm a sucker for a Mopar, but I'm not going to say anything about it tonight, Todd.
Yeah, unfortunately, I grew up in a Chevy world, and that's where I'm still at, Chevy. GMC Chevy. I do like Mopar, though. I tell you what, nothing you can go no wrong with a Hemi. You know, Ford's kind of on the back burner. I don't really care for Ford. So if I'm going to own a car or a truck, it's going to be a Ford or Dodge.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I grew up actually in a Ford family. And older Fords, they're okay. The newer stuff, not so much. I don't like them that much, like you say, though.
The older stuff is good.
Chevrolet, Mopar, that's the way to go. Looks like the lights are out on the Chevrolet. No, they're not.
And you're at a Chevy dealership, aren't you, bud?
Yes, I sell Chevys for a living.
But
so
you can sell Mopars there, too.
Yes, I can. I can sell Mopars, Hondas, you name it, we sell it. There's a Buick sitting in my driveway. There's a Ram sitting in my driveway. There's all kinds of stuff around here.
I have some Fords out back there ready for demolition derby.
Ooh, they're good for that.
Yeah. You got a Ford Explorer out back too for a derby. It's kind of weird.
Oh, well, that is kind of odd, but I bet it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to try it, so I'll leave that up to my brother-in-law. We'll leave that to him.
Looks like we're going to go green flag racing. Coming down the front stretch side by side. Andrew Smith, Steven Feinberg down into turn number 1. The 79 of Andrew Smith going to take the advantage, but the 29 of Steven Feinberg going to zip on by him on the high side coming down the backstretch. The 57 and the 87 battling it out for position 3 and 4. That's Jordan Hack and Andy Patton, respectively. But the 29 of Feinberg out front, showing him the fastest way around the speedway with Andrew Smith there running second. We got a little bit of a blinker, at least on my screen. Somebody's missing. Jordan Hack there, now looking to the outside of the 79 of Andrew Smith, diving down to the inside, the old switcheroo, if you will. Can't quite make it stick. So almost touches the side there of the 79 machine, touching wheels. They're going to keep it side by side down into turn 3 out of 4. But Andrew Smith's going to come out smelling like a rose, keeping position number 2 underneath his feet. Steven Fernberg still out to the lead there. He's got a 0.3 of a second lead. The 57 of Jordan Hag getting a little high up there in the marbles, allowing the 861 of Steve Bixler to catch up, make a little ground there. Lost a little ground on the 79 Andrew Smith. But it's all still Steven Feinberg out front, still out to just about a 0.5 second advantage over Andrew Smith in the 79 car. Jordan Hack there in the 57, running third, Steven Bixler. Troy Stewart in the 984, getting a little bit of a challenge coming from the form of Andy Patton in the 87 machine, trying to make his way back up through the field, make the pass on Troy Stewart in the 984. Makes it happen, coming off of turn number 4 for position number 5. Back up front, Steven Feinberg losing just a little bit, lost about a 0.1 of a second off that lead, so we got Andrew Smith kind of making up for it here on lap number 7. White flag going out this time by for your leader, Steven Feinberg. Andrew Smith right there on his back bumper, just about knocking. I don't think he's going to quite make anything happen. Got a little bit of loss of traction coming off of 2 by the looks. Coming off of 4, your heat race going to go to Steven Feinberg, followed by Andrew Smith, Jordan Hack, Steven Bixler, Andrew Patton, Troy Stewart, and Gary Taylor rounding out your field.
7 cars all finished here. It looks like we're going to move right on to the B main here. 10 laps will be the distance here for the B main. I think everybody qualifying their way into the A main. Yes, indeed, they are. Starting on the pole of this one will be Roger Craig aboard the 747 machine. And his dancing partner to the outside, driving the number 87. That's Andy Patton. Inside row number 2 will be Stuart Ovens aboard the 85 machine. And Troy P. Stewart aboard the 984 are going to roll off position number 4. Fifth starter will be G.J. Boydell aboard the 014 machine. Man, that's a mouthful. And Gary Taylor aboard the number 34 are going to roll off in position number 6.
We got called for 6. We got 6 of them out there. I do believe, if my maths and my eyes are correct. 3 plus 3 is 6.
Or 4 plus 2 is also 6 too.
Oh, there you go.
2 plus 2 plus 2.
I see him on the scoring screen, but I'm not seeing everybody on the track.
Yeah, GJ is sitting in the
There
middle
he
track.
is. Yeah, there he is. We made our way around. Come on, GJ.
It's not starting.
Uh-oh.
It's just sitting there. That's not good.
Stalled it.
Oh, tough break for Boydell.
Oh, man.
Still sitting there, too.
Let me call a push truck. Push truck to the front stretch.
Shoot, you could have used the pace truck.
Oh, if they had a bumper on it.
Might as well just ram it.
It's a Chevy, Todd. Well, the Chevrolet Silverado is making its way into the pits. Green flag is out. Hammers are down. Out to the early advantage is going to be looking like Andy Patton taking the outside way around the speedway to make it around Roger Craig, who is settling into position number 2 with Troy Stewart on his backside, with Stuart Ovens on his backside running 4th. Gary Taylor, then G.J. Boydell, who didn't quite make the start by the looks of things. All Andy Patton out front there, out to a 0.5 second advantage over Roger Craig in the 747 machine, who has Troy P. Stewart in the 984 looking down to the inside, sliding across the speedway. Hit the slick spot there, if you will. Andy Patton still leading them, 0.533, if you will, over the second place car, Roger Craig, here on lap number 3. 4 now as they make their way down into turn number 2. Back in the pack a little bit there, we got Stuart Ovens in the 85 machine running 4th. Gary Taylor there running 5th in the 34. Ovens getting a little bit wild there coming off the corner. Giving Gary Taylor, there goes Gary Taylor getting a little bit squirrely coming off the turn. Back up front, it's all Andy Patton at a 0.583 second advantage over the 747 of Roger Craig. Troy Stewart now running 3rd behind Roger Craig. trying to find a little bit of extra something. These fixed setup 305s, they're pretty match setup cars, and if you don't get your marks right and hit everything right every lap, Todd, you can lose a lot of spots.
Yeah, definitely the key to these cars. A lot like front-wheel drive. I hate to say that because these got a lot more power. But definitely, you definitely want to get those wheels straight as quickly as possible. Keep your momentum up there because it'll dog it down, especially with a fixed setup. And these guys are going to have to. You see a lot of guys dominating this series. It's because they can get those wheels straight rather quickly and propel themselves off. There, as we got popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway for Andy Patton and then number 87.
87 of Andy Patton is now out to a 7/10 of a second lead over the 747 Roger Craig. Roger Craig and Troy P. Stewart there. Stewart running a little bit different line now, running a little bit higher. Craig running a little bit lower on the speedway. White flag out that time by. Coming around this time, checkers will come out. Andy Patton will be your leader and your winner of the B main tonight, followed by Roger Craig, Troy Stewart, Stuart Ovens, Gary Taylor. And GJ Boydell not making the start here, stalling his car in the front stretch, not making anything happen. There they are, folks. On to the warm-ups and then the feature.
As we get ready for the warm-up session, we'll let the cameras do a little bit of the work here as we get prepared here about 4 minutes and 52 seconds in. As we do not have, unfortunately, the Canadian National Anthem could not play here tonight. I cannot sing it unless Bud thinks he can sing it himself. We're not going to be able to play the national anthems, and I will not play the American national anthem without the Canadian national anthem here tonight. Definitely wouldn't appreciate that. So did not have it. It was not able to work here. We'll have to look at another avenue for that one, but we'll make sure we have it our next broadcast here. We got to get a big thank you to Whispering Pines, and also got to thank GForce TV. Also got to thank our other sponsor. Here, we'll put them up here on the screen. Malcolm's Mills. I got to thank them for coming aboard as a sponsorship. Also got to thank our great sponsors. Got to thank our Motorsports, iRacingIFlag.com, JMax Journey, JMax Strong, Milner Design and Media for all the graphical work here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. BladeNode.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds. And then over to BladeNode.com and use the promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first purchase. South Texas Speedway. Visit them on the web at www.southtxspeedway.com. They're already racing down there in South Texas, so definitely check those guys out when you get a chance. 3D Racing, the official team of the Full Velocity Racing Network. Also, 3D Racing provides our starting lineup grid here, so appreciate those guys for coming aboard here. Also got to thank TDR-Racing.net, Trash Panda Graphics. Got to thank Cyber Thunder Racing League, the asphalt league that we really back here. Also got to thank Ty BTV, Tyler Blankenship, Ty BTV, a new sponsor here to the Full Velocity Racing Network. If you have not head over there to watch that streamer, Ty BTV, head on over to Facebook, give him a like, give him a share, let everybody know. He's going to do a lot of different things. We're going to work and team and partner with him to get him out there and also to get us out there and maybe even sell some merchandise with Ty BTV. So a big thank you to Tyler Blankenship. Always been a long-time supporter, whether it's Hanover Record Service or Ty BTV. He's been a long-time supporter of the Full Velocity Racing Network. And like I said, this also being broadcasted on Twitch and YouTube and also on GForce TV.
Unfortunately, Todd, I don't know the words to "Oh Canada."
No? Oh,
I do not.
That's sad. Yeah, well, that's all right. We'll do it next time. It's not going to be our voices. I promise you that. Your computer screens would probably break. I don't know. You probably run to the neighbor. I don't know. You might do some bad things if we start singing the Canadian national anthem, or even the American national anthem, for that matter.
Yeah. No, definitely not. I can carry a tune, but it depends on the bucket.
We'll do you a good salad out there, race fans. We won't do any type of that. There's a warm-up starting to wind down here, about a minute and 56 seconds left here. I'm not going to get a chance to go over to Discord and talk to anybody here for tonight. But like I said, Schultz winning the points championship in the late model division just a little bit ago here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And just watching these guys get around the Volusia Speedway Park. We'll let the cameras do the work here for a little bit. We'll take a brief pause, give our voice a rest, and get ready for some racing action here in just a few moments on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And the 00 is hit up on the warm-up schedule there, and now it's going to have to go through one more 8-second cycle here as we're down to 3, 2, 1. 00's hit again here. Going on to the A-main feature here with the GForce Rustlers 305 sprint cars. 20 laps will be the distance. They are starting grid. The 3D Racing starting grid going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, driving the number 16. That'll be Michael Schultz. His dancing part of the outside, driving the number 29. That's Steven Fernberg.
Jack Hitt in the 369 going to go away third. Andrew Smith in the 79 going to go away fourth.
Rolling off at position number 3, that'll be John Hayne aboard the number 71 machine, and Jordan Hack aboard the number 57, going to roll off position number 6.
Connor Ross in the 35 going to go away 7th. The 861 of Stephen Bixler scheduled to go away 8th.
Scheduled to go away 9th in the number 87, it'll be Andy Patton, and his dancer part of the outside, driving the 747. That will be Roger Craig in position 10.
In the 984, Troy Stewart in the 11th position. Stuart Evans in the 85 going to go away 12th.
Inside row, number 7 in the unlucky number 13 starting spot, driving the number 34. That is Gary Taylor. Taylor aboard the number 34, and G.J. Boydell aboard the 014. All kinds of issues in his consolation event, going to roll off position 14.
Called for 14. There's 14 of them out there. Let's go racing here at Volusia Speedway Park in the 305 sprint cars.
And 40 laps will be the distance. Can the 16 win back-to-back races here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network? Are we his lucky charm here tonight, or is somebody else going to take down the 305 sprint car win here at the Volusia Speedway Park? We're only about a lap and a half away. Going to say a lap away now. It's the iRacing.com, a Chevy Silverado pace truck. As these guys go by, we would call this the wave lap back home. The wave lap here for the fans saluting the drivers salute the fans. Those guys make everything go on in the fans. Without the fans, I'm telling you what, but racing would not be around.
It wouldn't be a thing. It really wouldn't.
No, definitely not. Is unfortunately some right now going on. All the fans not being able to be live at some of the racetracks. That's unfortunate. As of now, they're able to watch it on venues like Speed Shift TV, you know, Flow Racing, Dirt on Dirt. They can watch the races that way. So we get ready to stacked and packed off of turn number 4. iRacing.com. Chevy Silverado pulls down. We're going to ask you one question, race fans. We're going to ask it now. Who's it going to be?
Diving down into turn number 1, off of turn number 2, out to the early event is going to be Steven Feinberg in the 29 machine. He took the high side around the 1 and 2 there to take over from Mike Schultz, that lead. Mike Schultz settling back into second position. Andrew Smith into 79 into third. Jordan Hack into fourth. Jack Hitt fifth. A little bit of battle side-by-side action back there. 6th and 7th. Jack Hitt getting shuffling back now. Stephen Bixler up to 5th in the 861 machine. We got him down on the bottom of the speedway. We got him in the middle of the speedway. We got him up on the top of the speedway. They're racing all over here at Volusia Speedway Park here in Barberville, Florida.
Around goes the 369 of Jack Hitt over there and turns 1 and 2. A little bit of contact there. Got to see that live on the screen with the 861 machine. 861 being driven by Stephen Bixler. So Bixler into the 369. The 369 does a spinneroonie in the corners and join the tail of the field.
Round and around he goes. Where he stops, the back of the field.
Almost like spin the bottle. It's you know, we're spinning the sprint car to see what's going to happen.
There you go. Spin the sprint car, win a prize, hit the wall, pay for the prize.
He didn't hit the wall. That was good. So he didn't have to pay for it. What prize does he win, bud?
The excitement of slicing and dicing up through this field for the next 19 laps. No, actually 17 laps. We're on lap 3.
Yeah, 17 laps. We'll see if he's going to be able to make it back up through. Like I said, Jack Hitt had a fast car in the heat races. We'll see if he can make his way back up through top 10. Maybe even it's really, really tough to pass here in the 305 sprint cars. So definitely it's going to be an advantage to some of the other guys in front of him, because you definitely can lock down the bottom where we got to go. And it's a fixed setup, so it makes it even that much harder.
Absolutely. So not really a lot of things you can do with a fixed setup. You can adjust your wing up and down, but everybody else can do the same exact thing that you're doing. So yeah, it really is a driver's class, if you will.
I kind of like the 360 sprint cars. That's probably my favorite.
You know what? I like those too. I've actually been getting into those a little bit more myself. I usually race the 305s on here. Won a race earlier at Fairbury in the 305s, I think it was. But then the 360s, yeah, they're a little bit more funny, a little more power come off of the corner, and looks like the lights are out now on the Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. Side by side, door to door, Nerf bar to Nerf bar, wheel to wheel. Green flag is back out. Accelerator pedals are to the floor. The 29 machine of Steven Feinberg takes the early advantage, diving up to the top of the speedway. Mike Schultz sticking it to the middle. The 57 of Jordan Hack now running third. Connor Ross, Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith shuffling back a couple of spots there. Back up to fifth now. Him and Steven Bixler duking it out for fifth and sixth. Feinberg still running the show here. Got a little bit of an advantage over the 16 and the 57, who are, by the way, going to battle right now. Jordan Hack diving down to the bottom of the speedway. See if he can make a little something happen to get back by that 16 machine. Now taking it to the top shelf to get a good run down that long, curvy backstretch here at Volusia Speedway Park. Lap number 6 going to go in the books this time by as the caution comes out on the speedway.
Yeah, yellow coming out on the speedway. See who's involved in this one. Looks like Stewart may be involved in this one. We're going to make sure. Oh, we have a leaner. Stewart going around here. So we watch him hit the outside wall, and he leans it upside down. We call that a leaner as he just right there on his side. That is actually another 2 points. So 2 points there for a leaner. First 2 points here of the sprint car division at least.
2 points, 2 points. We are 6 laps in, so we've got time. How many did we end up with in the late model race earlier?
8.
8 points. Okay, okay, we got time. Hopefully we don't get it. I'd like to see that happen, but, you know.
They definitely don't like to see that happen. These guys definitely pacing out here. Just waiting to see you finally getting live here.
Restarts will be single file, I do believe. At least this one.
Looks like lights are extinguished atop the iRacing.com. A Chevy Silverado pace truck is down the back straightaway. It is going to be Fernberg and Schultz, your 1-2 punch. Then you got Hack, Ross, and Bixler, your top 5. See what's going to happen here as we get ready to lock and load off of turn number 4. Just going to wait for that pace truck to pull off here of turn number 4. Going to do so here, waiting for that loud pedal to go down, and we're going to hear sweet, sweet music out of the 305's green flag in the air.
Green flag is out. They're diving down into turn number 1. The 29 is Steven Feinberg out to the early advantage with the 16 of Mike Schultz there in tow. Jordan Heck now working on the back bumper of the 16 of Mike Schultz yet again as they were before the caution happened. We got him slicing and dicing a little bit farther back in the field. John Hine, G.J. Boydell's made himself a little bit of a rocket ship coming up from the back of the pack. He's up to 8th position now, running it behind the 71 of John Hine. Steven Feinberg still out to the lead. Jordan Hack now has taken over position number 2 from Mike Schultz. Schultz now diving back down the speedway. They're battling it out, coming down the backstretch, allowing out the yellow flag to come out on the speedway.
I'm trying to figure out what happened here, what brought out the yellow flag. Looks like the number 79, that Mopar machine, around in a knot. Did he have a little bit of help? Yep, he did indeed. The 71 of John Hain gets into him and he backs it into the outside retaining wall. 79 and the Mopar, number 79, around in a knot. Now going to have to march his way back through the field.
Well, time is ticking down for operations such as those, but stranger things have happened. There is 11 laps left here in this feature event, 20 laps. Looks like the distance, at least on my end of things, here tonight at Volusia Speedway Park in the 305 sprint cars. I can't say it's not possible because GJ has worked his way up too, if the scoring would figure itself out again. Up to 7th spot. So there's definitely room for improvement from coming from the back. You can do it.
Yeah, you definitely can do it there, bud. Is like you said, GJ Boydell definitely has made his way up through in that 7th spot. Bixler doing a fantastic job in 861. Roger Craig is starting to make some moves up through too in that 747. He started towards the tail end, now up to the 9th spot. So we'll see what Roger Craig will have for these guys. I definitely told him he needed to win one for me and come out here and stomp him. But Roger Craig probably doing what I'm doing right now. I would be running about mid-pack.
One thing I've noticed with these cars is consistency is a key. You got to hit your marks every time, and on restarts you got to be right there on the bumper in front of you, or else they could just pull right away.
And if you're not there, it's one of those things you want to be right up on the rear bumper. I know I learned my lesson in real life that you had to be up on the bumper of the car in front of you. I definitely, it's like, I am on the bumper. And everybody says, no, you're not, Ted. No, you're not.
Yeah, same way. I slept on a restart, so always told me you're sleeping. Well, these guys aren't sleeping now. The green flag's out. The hammers are down. The 57 of Jordan Hack was definitely not sleeping. He was almost by him by the flag stand there, getting that big run coming off of the turn. Settles back in for a second again. But we've got some action going on a little bit farther back in the field. We got him just about 3 wide coming off 4. Oh, we got one sideways. Who was that? Yellow flag didn't come out before the change in lead happened. Jordan Hack taking over the lead from Steven Feinberg. The yellow flag is indeed out on the speedway. Somebody was sideways there. I didn't quite see who it was.
Looked like contact there, bud, with the 71 and the 861. Those guys both rode each other to the inside wall. Oh, man, another car was coming piled through there, but the 71 of John Hain and the 861 machine of Steven Bixler. Around Bixler now missing the front wing of that 305 car. That's going to make that different there. It definitely does help those 305 cars. It definitely helps 360 and 410s more. But with no wing on the front of that car, it's going to make it really, really ill handling.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially if the track starts slicking up a bit, you're not really going to be able to turn in very well. Looking at the track, at least from my vantage point, it's starting to slicken up a little bit, at least in the turn-in points on the speedway, like turn 1 and turn 3 there. So, yeah, that's not going to help things much at all. Maybe you can slide that wing forward, the top wing as far forward as you can, get a little more weight down, a little aerodynamics, but, yeah, definitely not going to be a good time. Championship night, double duty for these guys. Some of them were in the late model race earlier, but Chevrolet Silverado pace truck is in the pits. Green flag's back out, hammers are back down. Jordan Hack jumps out to that early advantage, running the high side of the speedway, stomping down the backstretch. The 29 of Steve Feinberg settling in for second, the 16 of Mike Schultz for third. Connor Ross is now running fourth. GJ Boydell's made his way up to 5th now from the back of the pack. Like I said, it's a possible thing to do, but it takes just about all race to do it, and hope for a couple cautions in between help you out and catch up a little bit. We got the 35 now. Connor Ross diving down to the inside of Mike Schultz. Couldn't quite make it stick there. Gets shuffled back into 4th. GJ Boydell and Andy Patton, it looked like, was going at it just a little bit. But it's all Jordan Hack out front. He's up to 0.4 of a second advantage over Steven Feinberg, who's got a rear view mirror full of Mike Schultz Mike Schultz at the moment, who's trying to get around him for position number 2.
Yeah, Mike Schultz was looking for the double down here tonight. 5 laps to go. For the number 57 of Jordan Hack. Fernberg running in that second spot, the number 29. I don't know for how long, though. Here comes the 16 of Mike Schultz diving down to the bottom side by side for that second spot.
Side by side, door to door, Nerf bar to Nerf bar. Mike Schultz, Steven Feinberg, position number 2. Who's going to come off the corner this time, smelling like a rose down the backstretch? Is going to be Mike Schultz for position number 2. 0.4 of a second behind your leader, Jordan Hack. Steven Feinberg now is running third. Connor Ross fourth. GJ Boydell fifth. Second, third, and fourth. You could throw a blanket over those guys. They're running right there, nose to tail. Almost looked like they were drafted around turns 1 and 2 there, so almost perfectly in line. Diving down to the bottom of the speedway is going to be the 29 car of Steven Feinberg. Swapping spots with the 16 of Mike Schultz. Schultz takes it back on the inside as they enter turn number 3. Ooh, a little bit of whoop-de-doo. The 29 of Feinberg almost gives a shot to the back of Schultz. Looking down to the inside of Schultz now is Connor Ross in the 35 machine. Now the 29 car is back down to the inside of the 16. For position number 2, doesn't quite make a stick. Slides up just a little bit, gets up in those marbles. Allows the 35 machine. Checkered flag in the air for Jordan Hack, Mike Schultz, Steven Feinberg, Connor Ross, GJ Boydell, Andy Patton, Roger Craig, Jack Hitt, Gary Taylor, Andrew Smith, John Hine, Stuart Ovens, Stephen Bixler, Troy Stewart. There they are.
So we're going to make our way on over to Victory Lane, hopefully interview our top 3 drivers if they're all available. We'll make our way over there, and we'll be right back at you at the Full Velocity Racing Network.
All right, here we are in Malcolm Mills Victory Lane with Steven Feinberg. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That was a lot of fun there.
What a run. You guys were putting on a pretty good show there tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank? Anything? Any thoughts on tonight?
I'd like to thank Fernberg Motorsports, and then I also like to thank Epsilon Sprint Wraps for doing a great job on my wrap. Yeah, the race was fun. I made a mistake there towards the end.
I think we may have lost Bud.
Okay, I was just wondering if it wasn't me or not.
Yeah, I see his light up, and he is not home.
Check 1, 2. Can you hear me?
Check 1, 2. Check 2, 3. Yeah, you're there now. Try again.
Having a little bit of audio issues here. There's some gremlins going on. Sorry about that. You may have to take over for this one, Todd. It's not working.
All right. All right, so Bud having a little bit of trouble down here. We'll bring my microphone into the fray here, and Steven down here. Steven, I know you talked about the race and you made a mistake there towards the end. One final question before I let you go and make it on over to Mike Schultz here. But what was that mistake? Was that just getting up out of the groove? I know you got to keep these tires straight as fast as you can here in the 305 to keep that momentum up. What was the mistake that cost you there?
It was pretty much getting out of the groove. I had a bad restart there on the last one of the last restarts, and I got out of the groove going into the 1 and 2.
All right, before I let you go one more time, I think we didn't get you over the PA system. We'll let you thank your sponsors again. Make sure that they get out here for the second time here, as like I said, Racer was having a little bit of trouble. So we'll let you thank them one more time.
I just want to thank Fernberg Motorsports and then also Epsilon Sprint Wraps.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bring home the third place finish here. Driver that number 29, Steven Fernberg in that number 29 machine. We'll make our way on down to the champion here in the late model division here in Malcolm Mills Victory Lane. But the second place finisher here tonight in the 305 sprint cars, the Rustler 305 sprint cars. Driver the number 16, Mike Schultz. Mike, different discipline here in the sprint cars. Bringing home second there. Had a couple of good shots at the race lead. But tell us about your race here in that number 16.
Yeah, just a great group of guys I run with. So I knew when I jumped into the 305s here, I'd have the same thing. Steven made some really good moves. Just a little bit of slip up, so a little bit here costs a lot, and it's definitely a game of inches with these 305s.
So, Mike, how crucial are the restarts on these? It looked like you had to really be up on the wheel right next to the guy or right directly behind him. How crucial, for those who don't race iRacing for a simulation, how crucial is the restart of these 305s?
Extremely important to try to get a good restart, especially when it's a fixed setup. So everybody's running the same setup. It definitely means everything to try to stay caught up to them. Like I said, it's kind of a game of inches. So every little.
All right, Michael, before I let you go, I know we got to thank the sponsors in the late models. We'll give you the microphone one more time. Maybe some different sponsors on the sprint car, or maybe not, but you get to thank them again live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Take the floor away.
Just got to thank Whispering Pines Getaways. Check them out at Airbnb or WhisperingPinesGetaways.com or Schultz Heating and Cooling. But appreciate it.
All right. Sounds like... are they from the upstate New York area? Is that what you were saying earlier?
Yes.
Oh, boy. Not that far from me. Fantastic. A sponsor not that far from me.
Check it out. Would love to have you come stay.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to check it out. My brother used to race up to the Canandaigua racetrack, so a long time ago. So we'll have to check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing home second here tonight, the Whisper Pines, number 16 machine of Mike Schultz. We'll make our way on down to tonight's Victory Lane here, brought to you in part by Malcolm Mills. Climbing up and out of the car, driver the number 57, Jordan Hack. Jordan, a great race for you here tonight, able to be up on that wheel, and I tell you what, you made some pretty aggressive passes there, able to be up on that wheel on those restarts. I think that was key for you here tonight. Tell us about your race here this evening.
Yeah, thank you. This league, you never know. You can finish first, you can finish last, but 1 through last place is all competitive. I mean, Mike Schultz, Steve, my teammates Connor and John, everyone's fast, so you never know. You might win, you might lose, but you gotta, when you have the chances, you gotta arise to the challenge and make it happen, or you're never gonna get on the victory lane.
So what was some of your keys to victory here tonight, Jordan? It looked like really good restarts. That was one of the things. But what was the other keys here at Volusia Speedway Park that made that 57 special here this evening?
Well, I know lately with work and stuff, I haven't been racing as much, but now we're starting to go back to a normal routine at work. So I'm starting to get back on more, and I've been practicing the restarts a whole lot because it makes a difference, because you never know who's coming behind you or who you're going to catch in front of you. So the restarts have been key for me the last couple weeks. And once you get in the groove and keep up the momentum, it's very hard to catch someone, especially in these fixed setup cars.
All right, Jordan, before I let you go, I'll give you the microphone. The floor is all yours. You can think whatever like you think here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Sponsorship, anything, any fans out there maybe that was watching you here tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. All the boys at Parabellum Motorsports, Connor, John, Aiden couldn't make it tonight, and our team owner Garrett had things to do, but he's watching. They compete, and we work a lot, and next season should be fun with us coming through the ranks. Hopefully we have a bunch of guys in the Renegades, and we'll be hitting shows on Wednesdays and Thursdays as much as we can. And then First Class Cleaning, Chaddo's Audi Body Shop, and our newest sponsor, the Velocity Race Designs, they gave us all 4 brand new paint schemes about a week or 2 ago, and they look badass. So, and definitely you guys for putting on the broadcast.
Can I just jump in here for a minute, Todd?
Yeah, definitely. Roger Craig here on the microphone. We'll let Roger jump in. Roger, what do you got to say?
Yeah, you should know Jordan is one of a broadcaster's best friends. We've expanded our broadcasting in a large part due to a super generous donation from Jordan on behalf of his Parabellum race team. So a lot of what we're doing in this next season is because of Jordan, and he's a very humble guy. He's one of the guys at the front almost every week. So yeah, he might be at the back the odd time, but I can't ever remember being back there. So class act, and we're really glad to have him in the league. And like I say, he's been super generous, and can't thank him enough.
Oh, that's fantastic! Thanks to Jordan Hack for helping out helping out the great league, and Roger Craig and everybody, all the racers over here. That speaks kudos and volumes to there, Jordan. I think he probably stepped away. He didn't want any more recognition, Roger.
Oh, sorry, you guys cut out.
Yeah, I think you'll always have to speak well of Jordan, no matter where he is or what he's doing, because he's really helped the league out this season for sure, and he's a credit to the league.
All right, that's going to do it here for us on Full Velocity Racing Network. Got to thank Malcolm Mills for the Victory Lane sponsorship here this evening. Got to thank Whispering Pines. Definitely going to have to check them out one of these times. I didn't realize they were from the upstate New York region, so that's fantastic in itself. And got to thank GForce TV for allowing the Full Velocity Racing Network to allow us out there as far as that goes. Definitely appreciate that. Got to thank all of our great sponsors. Got to thank Harley Motorsports, iRacing iFlag, J-Max Journeys, J-Max Strong, South Texas Speedway, 3D Racing, BladeNode.com, Trash Panda Graphics, Charlie Milner Designs, and Media. And also got to thank Cyber Thunder Racing and Ty B TV. Tyler Blankenship, one of the streamers out there that we support. Thank you so much for all the sponsors and all you fans out there that watch the Full Velocity Racing Network and keep us thriving. We appreciate everything you do for us. I'm Todd Stanton signing off here, reminding you to keep the rubber side down and keep that hammer down. We'll see you next time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
What you want to do is when you're on your computer or on your cell phone, whatever it is, go to GForceTV.net, type that in your browser, and that will take you right to the official YouTube page of GeForce TV. And down on the right-hand side, you'll see the big red subscribe button. Make sure you click on that. But don't stop there. Once you've subscribed, then you want to make sure you hit the little ringer to the right. That's the notification bell. And anytime there's new content uploaded to GeForce TV, you'll get a notification, whether it be on your computer, on your device, whatever it is, you'll know when there is content. And as we've been saying, it's so important when you're watching these videos on YouTube or for the meantime on Facebook, make sure you give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Make sure you're sharing these links, and that helps the actual content grow and populate throughout YouTube, specifically for the GeForce channel.